All right, back home, back at it in the garage with the red car. Got back from California. While I was out there, I was able to pick up some things that, I had been sitting for a while. I guess you could say that. Long story short, I ordered these fenders and front lip forever ago, and I just barely got to pick them up. And it's been a while, so I'm gonna test fit them on the car. The car has been the same for the last 4 years. I like it and I don't need to change it, but change is good sometimes, right? So this video probably just mock them up, drill the holes. So let me show you even what I got first. So they're the TRACKLIFE overs. Not overs really, it kind of takes up the whole fender. Fiberglass with carbon. But the holes aren't drilled because it's like made to fit or whatever. I have to drill these ones out as well. I put these on. They have the little vent. I don't know the exact how much more wider than stock they are, but I've had these like 4 years now. The bottoms they're chewed up, but they should be fine. The only thing that really kind of annoys me is the factory fender even spaced out to the most. So I have it out on like maybe a good amount, like almost an inch. The clearance is there, but when I'm driving hard, it catches sometimes, and you can see there's a little bit of waviness in the fender. Plus, it's just time for a change. The driver's side one is a lot worse. So this one, you can see the difference. I don't have this one spaced out, but this fender is just like buckled crazy. My original plan was to go back to full OEM fenders. I didn't expect these to show up, or for me to get these, because I have a full rear bumper as well. Because I just wanted to go back to like full OEM minus the hood. I was probably gonna keep the hood, but now maybe for like a year or so I'll run this setup, because these are super strong. And then the fender is like, hopefully it doesn't get blown out. I don't think it will, because the way it sits on there is a lot nicer than what the factory fender is like. And then I can have him always all the way in, opposed to being pulled out like this. So when you pull it out, you just use the nuts and tighten them in there to keep the fender out for that clearance, as you can see there. But I don't have it on there right now. So the other thing was the front lip, which is, it's huge. When I first ordered this forever ago, I thought it was cool. Now it's like, this thing is pretty massive. It's heavy too, but it's pretty strong, I'd say. It's not gonna stay. So I'm gonna put this down, take off the front lip, the fenders, and then we'll just mock them up for now and see how it is. I used to be just zip ties only and only use zip ties, and then couple times I finally just decided to go to using the actual hardware for the fenders. But this is the fender portion. If you don't know what the TRACKLIFE stuff is, you can see mine are just cooked from all the time in use. Thankfully on the new one it's metal, so it shouldn't get beat up like this. But you just cut your factory fender, add this plate as well as the bottom plate, and that's what helps get the air out from behind the wheel. You can see how cooked this fender is. It's just like super bad and oblong like crazy. Also, last year when I was in California, I busted it here. This is fiberglass also, so it's repairable, but I don't really care to fix it. I end up just wrapping over it again. And with that also, I'm gonna probably wrap the whole car. It's gonna be the next step after getting this all back on there. I'm still trying to decide. Look at this. Wrapping the whole car. The car has been wrapped for almost 5 years now. And it's really held up, but it was like the first car I did, so there's a lot of things that I'm not like stoked about that I want to go back and redo over time. So I want to do that. There's a bunch of freaking rocks in here. Look at this collection. This is just from being a driver. Oh my gosh. Let me clean that off. And then really this will probably be the last or one of the last videos, because we did move from here. One nice thing about this, it doesn't have the extra tab that the stock fender has here that connects to the inside of the door, the 110 mil that's behind the door. So that's kind of nice also. And it's super light. Like, oh dude, this is way heavier. So this is like OEM fender. This is fiberglass with carbon, and it's like a good difference. This is probably, I would say, like 5 pounds. This is maybe like a pound. I don't know. The one thing that I always kind of kept me away from doing stuff like this is everybody always complains about fitment off of OEM compared to aftermarket, which Rich over at TRACKLIFE has been doing this for a while, so I'd imagine he's dialed it down pretty good, or dialed it in pretty good. Marked on there. I was really worried about this fitment here, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm sure once it gets fully mounted and this is in the proper position, oh, that's a nasty noise. In the proper position, it'll fit a lot better. Up here, and what's going on? So this goes in, but it also goes down. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just drill those holes for now, because this is ugly. This is ugly, and I can't put it on there properly without it being drilled. So let's drill that hole real quick. OEM-ness. Let's do the test fit now. Okay, I'm like freaking out why the fitment was so bad, but I forget on these fenders, so they're a little bit wider. They do come with the extensions, this piece here that goes onto the bumper, so that helps. I was wondering why the fitment was looking so stupid, but I think I'm gonna have to drill the 2 top holes and then put this here, because this goes here, and I'm trying to line it up like this, but I forget that it flares out a little bit more because it's a little bit wider than factory. I think it's like, I want to say like 35 mils wider than what factory is, on the smallest setting, like the softest setting. And this was like one of the big things I didn't want to do with fiberglass, is figuring the way stuff works out. I've seen like a couple people that wide body their cars, and it's just like a pain. Look at this. I think this fitment is pretty good, because my fitment with the OEM fender was not as good, and these are like Depop lights. I'm sure if they were OEM lights, it maybe fit a little bit better, but I'm not mad at that. This fitment is pretty good. Also, yeah, it's fiberglass. It's not going to be ever perfect, but it's pretty equal or even from the bottom to the top. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than what like an OEM door line would be. Thankfully, this car's never been in a crash or an accident, so nothing is tweaked out of the ordinary. But this shows like how much more it can be spaced out. So if I ever did go up to like a 245, I have this much more clearance on the fender there to pull it out. But for now, I want to leave it as inset as possible, so more flush with the vehicle. I gotta drill this hole up here, which I gotta do it off camera. I can't really measure what it's like. And then I'll put the fender piece and the lip on. You can see this. So it's pretty flush. The only thing I don't like now is this is kind of not where it was before. So if I loosen this, I loosen it, it's a little easier to manage to make it fit a little bit better, which I'm sure once it's color matched, it won't really matter too much. Or at least to me, I can slot this hole so that I have adjustment in and out, which is probably what I'll end up doing. But for now, I'll leave it at that. And then what I'm saying on this piece for the fender goes like this. And it has a hole here. Sorry. It has a hole there that you drill. But oh my gosh, it like fits perfectly in there. I've cut this out for clearance. Thankfully, I have maybe just enough space to be able to put a hole there. And then it just rides at the top of the fender. You drill another hole, which I'm probably gonna end up getting a new bumper as well to get rid of the quick latches because I don't use them anymore on the bumper. I have it on there. I did. Let's see, put these tight from the back. Just because the fit is super tight already. And so essentially like that. Let's see where it is. And I got that little cut or drilled out, so I think I may just go back to the zip tie life. Zip ties hold the bumper. Zip ties to hold the bumper to the fender, unless the fitment is like super bad. Because in all this, yeah, I still want to have proper fitment. I don't want to be that guy with, but that works. This is what the lip and the stock fender. You can see the difference. My headlight fitment is terrible on this side. It's not even, oh, it's not even mounted. Or behind the freaking tabs back there. But, okay. But typically, essentially, this is what it would look like. Dude, my camera looks good. I don't think I've ever had the camera look that good. That is what the stock side looks like compared to the full side. So I like the fender. I think I like it, especially with the white wheels. White on white pop. So I'm deciding between two. I either wrap it red again or white. So I'm really leaning towards white. I know it's a pretty basic color, but white on white just looks good. The fitment isn't terrible. It's pretty bad. I think I need a fatter tire. Or to be spaced out just a bit more. It's a piece of grass. I mean, for safety wise, it'll be pretty good. I won't have any problems. I can go lower probably, if that. I probably just won't change anything but go lower. But the clearance, the way they're built is a lot nicer also. Man, this is pretty good. I'm excited. I don't know about back here, but this is a 225/45, so I could go 17 or 17. I could go 17. It's an option. 15.9 on the front, and then 15. Keep the 15.8s on the rear. But I really don't want to pay for new wheels. I like these wheels. If I did, I would end up just getting the same wheel again. But that's what it looks like. I'm gonna pull it out of the garage, turn it on. I'll do the other fender tomorrow, another day. It's getting kind of cold already. One other major thing that I have to do is I finally got my baffled oil pan also, which I ordered probably like 3 months ago from shout out Kevin K-Michiu, whatever his username is. This was from his EG hatch, the white hatch, the S3 hatch, which is pretty good. I got the oil pan with the baffle now to be less worrisome. I still just have the stock oil pan with the like OEM baffle, but it isn't much. We'll see it outside. I don't have the seat in because it's in the white car still. It's a Honda. It'll be alright. Sit on a water bottle. Oh, I don't think it's gonna turn on. It's been sitting. It looks good. I forgot that the battery was dead, so I didn't even get to turn it on. I had to push it out. But that's nice. Hero shot. I don't know if you guys watch the Barracks, but they love doing hero shots on Retta. So it looks good, dude. I like it. And the one thing that I was kind of worried about having smaller wheels and tires with this setup is you weren't going to be able to see the tires from the front. Yes, I love form and function, whatever, but the way that the tire still kind of peaks just a bit past the lip is so nice. That's what really like sets a car apart from other cars. Dude, I like it. I think the one thing that is bothering me now is, as much as I hate PCI side skirts, no offense to the people that have them, you know who I'm talking about. No offense, dude. I like them on your car, but not on mine. I used to run some similar, just like, they were just like little slats that went across the OEM fender or the OEM side skirt, and this is the EK side skirts, so they have the little flip out at the end. But I may just try and find some sort of aftermarket side skirt, which there isn't much for EG coupes, EG coupe, EJ1, EJ2, because the side profile is, the front is super heavy. I need to dial that in. But it looks pretty good. It looks like a freaking little race car or something. I don't know. I like it. I like the contrast between the red and the white, which is weird. I do think it'll be nice with the in fully one color also though. Much more aggressive in red, kind of cool in white. So I'm gonna rewrap the car white. I think I'm pretty set on that now. And then just for like a year or however much time I do like the white, and then go back after that and do red, because red is the color for this car. So I just want to try out the white. You can see there's a little bit of space here, so if it, you know, has to be pushed up, there's enough space there, but it still shows enough tire to not be lame. The hood does wonders for it. This is what it would look like with the stock fenders, which I don't really like. I think I like the vented fender with the stock, the vented fender with the lip rather than the lip with the stock fender. So I think that's it. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna record anymore after this. I'm gonna pull it back in. The next video will probably be doing the oil pan and installing the new header finally. It did arrive, so I can finally get that on and actually drive this car around, even with no wipers, because some days are pretty nice, like today. It is starting to sprinkle a little bit and it's kind of ugly, but there was enough sunlight and niceness that I could have driven the car around. So peace.